Hi, it's Danny Valencia here with My City Nest, powered by Keller Williams. We're here in the office, KW headquarters in Mayfair, and I'm here with Jamie, who works together with Gazeal. We partner with Gazeal to help our clients to reduce the possibility of deals falling through. So first of all, Jamie, thank you so much for joining me here today. It's always a pleasure to have you around. I actually want to start off with saying the reason I want to shoot this video is because I had a chat with a couple the other day who asked us to help them sell their property. Now, they actually were on the market with another agent and they were very frustrated, stressed out because a deal fell through, and it's not unusual to see. At the moment, you have plenty of properties and plenty of people in that situation, and which we'll talk about very shortly. So first of all, again, thank you for being here. If you can perhaps just let us know a little bit about what you do and with the company Gazeal and how you help us.
Certainly. Firstly, thank you, Danny, for having me. So yeah, just to introduce Gazeal briefly, we work with agents to help the consumer, buyers and sellers, avoid the pitfalls of property purchases, such as deals falling out of bed, whether that be through people walking away from the deal or gazumping or gazundering, etc., etc. I suppose the way to explain the way we do this, we help the vendor get the property exchange ready, so that while he is filling in the protocol forms right at listing stage, we prepare all the searches. What that means is that obviously as soon as there is a buyer in the situation, the deal can progress much quicker. It also means that from the buyer's perspective, he gets to see all of the information that solicitors normally prepare after offer for a cost. They get to see it up front and for free. This means that any issues that are raised in the searches can easily be sort of eliminated early on and discussed prior to the offer being made and prior to the companies both spending money on solicitors. If both parties are chain free, we offer a legally binding contract between the buyer and the seller, which means that neither party can walk away from the transaction unless the title is found to be not good and marketable or the property is subsequently downvalued. So from a vendor's perspective, obviously that means it's a great opportunity to, once you've agreed a great price with the buyer and everyone's happy, to be able to lock in that deal and avoid any sort of pitfalls down the line.
There you are. So it's for those of you who are not familiar with buying and selling of properties, that may sound overwhelming, but the short version is by partnering with Gazeal, the process is going to be quicker and it's going to be more secure, and the possibilities of falling through could also be down to nil, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. We're currently operating at a 0% fall through rate, which obviously Danny is happy to share with his clients. Yeah, and we expect to keep that well below 5% compared to the market average of 38%.
There you are, and actually I've been in the industry for such a long time, and the first time I saw this process and how quick it's been done under the market centre here in Mayfair, I was blown away. It's something that I've never seen before, and as a seller or buyer, there'll be no reason why I wouldn't use this to commit both parties. They're really serious. Be legally binding within just a few days. It's something that for me it's really a no-brainer for sure.
It's something that's really supposed to benefit, you know, all parties, so the buyer, the vendor, the agent and the conveyancer. By speeding everything up, it just makes everything a lot slicker and smoother. It is definitely something that I think is going to be the future of the way people buy property, but Danny is ahead of the curve, so...
Always. When it comes to technology or any way we can help our clients, I mean, that's what we're here for. We're here to help people move on to the next chapter of their lives, and do that as pain-free and as stress-free as possible. So anything like that, you know, we're always here to help. And I'm glad that you touched upon, you know, that there is, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's north of 30% of transaction deals agreed are falling through, and that's when a party is not in a chain. If one of the parties are in a chain, that goes up to 60%, and if both are in a chain, that could go up to somewhere around 80 to 90%, which is crazy. It's crazy. That means that you only have a 10% of the deal going through.
That is, it's crazy. It's one of the major problems with buying property in the UK at the moment, specifically England and Wales. And essentially what Gazeal is doing is trying to bring in elements of other housing markets like the US or Scotland that have a much more secure system than we do here. So we're not trying to rewrite the rule books, but we're just trying to do things in a more sensible order in order to help the buyers and sellers save money.
And this is the future of real estate, of property, and I'm actually amazed that it's taken so long, and it will take so long to actually get there and just make it as a standard, rather than being part of a unique selling point of an estate agent. So
definitely, I mean, we're seeing a big shift in the way people are buying and selling houses. Obviously there's a lot of technology being at the forefront of that, but critically, obviously, the government held a call for evidence in November, but the results were published in April, that really highlighted the fact that so many deals are falling through largely because of people walking away from deals, there not being any security, and the process really taking so long. There is no reason that conveyancing needs to take 12, 16 weeks. I think 16 weeks was quoted as average recently. We get it done on an average in a matter of weeks, I'd say 3 or 4 weeks, typically speaking. It's certainly the fastest route to exchange, and we are proud to work with agents like Danny, who are pushing forward the product and the idea and getting it to the consumer.
Well, we're happy to have you on board, and as you know, I'm always happy to have you in the office. You're coming in quite a fair amount now, and that's another thing, is the support that we have from you guys, especially from yourself.
We're always happy to help, and that extends beyond the agent to the client. If you ever have any questions when you're working through the process or would like any more information, I'm happy to help at any time of the evening or on the weekends as well for you guys.
Amazing, yeah, I know it too well. I really appreciate it. Jamie, thank you so much for coming in, and I hope this has been helpful. If there's anything I can help you with in terms of explaining the process or what we do differently, feel free to get in touch. Again, it's Danny Valencia, My City Nest, powered by Keller Williams. Thanks, guys.